How's it going, Donn? Thanks for doing this. Just how's the health of the team going into this one? Is LA okay? Anybody else might be on the mend?
We had everybody at practice today.
Recording in progress.
Everybody won't play tomorrow, but it was good to have the whole crew back.
Augusta, go ahead.
Meaning LA. So.
Hey, Donn, how's it going? I wanted to ask about just kind of scouting Texas A&M heading into this game, especially with their proficiency behind the arc on the three-point range. I just wanted to ask, how are you guys preparing for that and all the other aspects that the Aggies will bring tomorrow?
Just like we do with, any efficient three-point shooting team, we got to run them off of it. We got to be aware of, personnel when we do run them off the screen, because running them off, that ball handler off, that mean that other people can't get those looks off. So we want to limit the amount of attempts from outside the arc. And then, their driving is probably, to me, the most deadliest thing, because they get downhill from all positions fairly quickly. So that's pretty dangerous when it comes to, somebody that can accurately shoot the three and put you back on your heels and driving downhill.
Joe, and then David.
Coach, when looking at Camilla, how do you see her evolving within the flow of this team, and how do you see her progression? It seems at times like she's really connected to what you're doing, and other times she's still trying to find that aggressive nature and let herself shine within the flow of what you're doing.
There's progress. It's probably not as quick as we would like it to be, but we meet people where they are. Camilla is really still trying to get to know who we are, how we play. She's used to playing a lot of minutes, and, those minutes are cut in half. So she's trying to figure out where she fits in, but I like her progress. We really concentrate on getting her the ball in practice to put her in a position where she takes shots. And it's a hard habit to break, because she's such a good passer and she's so unselfish. So we're trying to break that. And that's years. She's done this for as long as we've recruited her, which is probably 3 or 4 years now. She does have great footwork. She does have a package down there in the paint. It's just, we can't get to it because she's too much of a willing passer.
David, and then Matt.
Donn, you mentioned A&M's ability to kind of drive downhill at you, which is something that at least Ryan Howard with Kentucky was able to do as well. Brie and Brie Hall took out of that. Do you see the same thing, or at least will you try to get that same matchup on them with Hall and Beal to kind of try to take them out of their comfort zone?
Everybody. It's not like it's 4 positions. They're 1 through 4, especially if they have Wells playing the 4, can get downhill. So it's, everybody's got to guard their own. The ball screen action, that we have to communicate that because, they don't give you an opportunity to make mistakes from a defensive standpoint. So we have to be on point. We got to get to those outside hands and force them back into where we can help them a little bit, because it's hard to help on the outside with them stretching the floor and shooting the ball from outside the 3 the way they do.
Matt, and then Augusta.
Hey, Donn, I'm just curious. I know you guys have been coaching with COVID policies and everything for a while now, but how challenging is it to game plan and things like that when you're not always sure who's going to be available for any given game? And how proud are you of your team for still being able to win despite the roster maybe not always being there every game?
You don't know. You can't really worry about who you don't have. You really concentrate on who you do have. We've been practicing as if we could be without a lot of people. And I think for some of our players who are starting to play a little bit more, they understand it a lot better, because we've shrank the offensive package, so they only have to worry about how we're guarding ball screens. They don't have to worry about personnel when it comes to our opponents. So if we have to insert this person or that person, obviously it will be hard losing anyone in our starting lineup because we got that feeling when Henny went out. But if anybody else, I mean, it hurts us, but I'm confident in the players who have been here every day in practice that we can pull our own weight. But we just don't really concentrate on who we don't have. We just keep it moving. We talk about it a little bit and then we move on. We just make sure that they are masking up and staying away from crowds and just not putting themselves in a position where, they can get caught up because it's, you can easily get caught up in this, new variant.
Augusta, and then Joe.
Hey, Donna, I wanted to ask a little bit about Brie Hall, just kind of the development that you've seen from her. I think in Kentucky, she just defensively and then offensively as well, she looked extremely confident. You've talked a lot about having the freshmen, go along at their own pace. And I just wanted to know from her specifically, what have you really seen her growth, especially as we're getting more into SEC play here?
A lot of growth is taking place in practice. A lot. You can tell she wants it. She wants to make an impact. I don't think she knows any other way besides to play hard. And I think earlier on, her speed got her in trouble. So she's controlling her speed a lot more on both sides of the basketball. I do think she's explosive. I do think she can give us something offensively that we don't have because she is, her downhill drives, her ability to stretch the floor out and shoot the three has been pretty good. Her mid-range is not bad. Is the decision-making process is getting better. And that's what you're seeing, her being able to play extended minutes because of it.
Joe, and then David.
Donn, we could probably spend an hour talking about the evolution of Destiny Henderson. She's on the verge of becoming an 1,000-point career scorer with you guys. Just over the last couple of years, where have you seen her take her game to allow herself to be so dynamic, not just running the point for you guys, but also being an efficient scorer?
It's just that, when you're committed to something, and she's been committed to our program, she's been committed to her goals, and she's been committed to the process, the journey of all of that, the good, the bad, she just takes it. She's got a, different personality where nothing seems to bother her. And that is probably a good way of maintaining, not getting too high with the highs or too low with the lows. And I think because of her personality, she's able to take the trials and triumphs of the journey of a career in basketball or in sports. So I've just seen her grow. She talks a lot more. She facilitates a lot more. Now she's starting to be aggressive and scoring in different phases of the game. So it's just the whole evolution of her being a senior point guard in our program.
David, and then we'll close it out with Matt.
Donn, Coach Blair, and you're going to play him again at the end of the year, but he's coming in for his last hurrah at Colonial Life. He's the only coach in the league who's been in it longer than you have. Just what have you learned from him? Are y'all friends? Just how do y'all talk throughout the season, and what's it like kind of seeing him go on his rocket chair tour?
Yeah. We don't talk other than probably in our meetings, and then our group SEC head coaches thread. But Coach Blair's been one that, he tells us how he feels. And there's something about those traditional coaches who've been in the game a long time that have a way of not insulting you by giving you the truth. So I kind of learned from that. He's cut from a cloth of a Coach Chaney, where you know what you're getting, and he knows what he's talking about. He's able to connect with these young players, even though he's decades removed from it, and that's a mark of a good coach. He always puts his players in great positions to score the basketball.
And the last question to Matt.
Donn, I listened to your podcast this morning. I enjoyed it, and just wanted to know what made you want to get into the digital world more, in the podcasting world, and also how do you find time to do all of these things?
Yeah, someone asked me about it It was probably the organization that asked me, which was Just Women's Sports. And I mean, I like the platform. I like what they, what they stand for. I mean, they treat women's sports like it's a sport. And they're all in. It's a young company. I feel like I do have a platform to share my stories, and share the stories of my guests that, a lot of times we want to advance our sport. We want to advance the people in it. We want to give fans and fams access to more opportunity to hear about it. And also just people that's outside the sport that maybe not, maybe that they're not as in tune into what's happening. And then there are people who just need a boost. They need a ray of hope. Like if you're trying to be successful in something, a lot of times you'll just need someone that's just confirm that you're doing the right thing or you're not doing the right thing. But a lot of times the people that are trying to be successful, the people that I have coming on the show, and their journeys will let people know to keep on keeping on, because there's not a whole lot of difference between me and somebody else that's trying to be successful in this sport besides opportunity and advice. And I want to utilize my platform to give anybody that is in those situations a way out.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Donn.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.